Today, we are going to talk about a special gift that we have received from our Heavenly Father. We all like gifts, don't we? Let's open it and see what this special gift is. Inside this gift, we have the word language. Can you say that with me? Language. Have you ever thought of your language as a special gift? Do you know what the word language means? Language is the way we express our thoughts and ideas to others. It's how we talk to each other. We can do it by speaking, or we can also do it by writing. You began to learn your language when you were a little baby. First, you began with little babbling sounds, and then you listened closely and imitated others, and soon you were saying words. And then you were able to put those words together into sentences. And now you are talking thousands of words and sentences. Now, the fun thing we get to do this year is to learn how to put all those sounds together into words that you know how to write, so that you can then read and write. I'm so excited for you. Let's talk a little bit more about this gift of language. Do you know when Heavenly Father created the earth, of all His creations, only human beings or people were given the gift of language? Other animals may communicate by sounds, but they do not have a language like we do. They cannot write their language down. We are the only ones with that special gift. Adam and Eve, as you probably know, were the first people on this earth. And they, too, had the gift of language. In the book of Moses, we can read this about our language that Adam had. It says this: "And a book of remembrance was kept, in the which was recorded the language of Adam. For it was given unto as many as called upon God to write by the Spirit of inspiration." So Adam was commanded to record. Record means to write down the thoughts that were given to him by Heavenly Father. And if we keep reading in that verse in the book of Moses, we also read, "And by them their children were taught to read and write, having a language which was pure and undefiled." So this tells us that Adam did write down his words, and he used those words to teach his children how to read and write. So Adam had that same special gift. And when Heavenly Father gives us gifts, He also gives us stewardship over those gifts. Stewardship means to watch over or take care of something. So do you think Heavenly Father wanted Adam to take care of that special gift of language? He did, didn't he? Do you think Heavenly Father wants you to be a good steward over that gift of language which He has given you? So if he has given you that gift, do you think Heavenly Father wants you to not only learn to speak, but also to be able to read and write? I think he does. Because when we can read and write, we can learn everything about Heavenly Father's world, his creations, and all the things we need to know. We can also learn about Heavenly Father's great love for us. And he also teaches us through his prophets how we can return to him. So there are very many important things that we can learn through our reading and writing. So that is why it is important that we learn our language this year. At the end of that verse, there was another part that I would like to read again. And it said, having a language which was pure and undefiled. Do you know what pure and undefiled means? It means that it's clean. Clean language. Have you ever heard any language in your life that wasn't clean? Do you think it pleases Heavenly Father to hear that kind of language? I don't think it does. Our language and how we use it is very important. Language is a powerful tool. I would like to tell you a story now about two girls who learned the importance of language. The bed felt soft and warm. Melissa hoped her sister Shelley wasn't asleep yet in her bed. As Melissa watched the shadows made by the moonlight streaming through the window and across the dressers, they made curious gray shapes. I wonder what the sharpest thing in the world is, Melissa said. Oh, who cares? Said Shelley, who thought Melissa was a nuisance when she asks so many questions. Well, it couldn't be shadows, Melissa said. Even though they have corners, they're very soft. Oh, really? Said Shelley. Melissa lay quietly for a moment. Soon she said, if I wanted to find out the sharpest thing in the world, I'd let every single horse bite me. Oh, brother, moaned Shelley. What a dumb idea. Then I'd let every dog bite me. You couldn't do that. Well, pins are pretty sharp, Melissa continued. They can go through most anything. Or Mama's best scissors might be the sharpest thing in the world. Remember how easily they cut my hair? Go to sleep, Shelley said crossly. Our sharpest knife cuts through a loaf of homemade bread in a second. But Daddy's nails go through wood. Oh, Melissa cried excitedly. I bet I know what the sharpest thing in the world is. Great-great-grandpa Johnson's sword. If you got poked with that, it would really hurt. Shelley suddenly sat up in bed. Melissa, she shouted, if you don't be quiet, I'm going to tell Dad. I wish I had a bedroom my own. I wish I didn't have to share a bedroom with a sister who talks all night." Then she flopped back down, turned her back to Melissa, and pulled the covers over her shoulder. Melissa was quiet for a long time, and then she finally said, "I know what the sharpest thing in the world is." "I don't believe this," said Shelley. "It's words," Melissa said. "They hurt the most." Shelley turned over and looked at Melissa with a mixture of surprise and affection. "Oh, Missy," she said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean those things I said. I like sharing my bedroom with you, and I like having you for a sister." The girls were both silent for a few moments, thinking. "I know what the softest thing in the world is," Melissa declared. "Softer than shadows and darkness and pillows and marshmallows and teddy bears and blankets and moonlight." "Okay," said Shelley good-naturedly. "Tell me, what's the softest thing in the world?" "It's words," said Melissa. Through the darkness, she could almost see her sister smiling, and then she felt her soft arms around her, and Shelley whispered, "Oh, Melissa, I love you." So, from this story, can we use language for good or bad? To make people happy or sad? I would like you to think how you can be a good steward over the beautiful gift that Heavenly Father has given you. Will you tell an adult in the room what you think you could do? I hope, as we learn to read, write this year, that you will always remember it is a special gift from our Heavenly Father, that He wants us to use that gift to learn of Him and share what we learn with others. That is being a good steward over your gift. The next part of today's lesson is a video clip for your parents, so you can take a break now and let your parents learn a little more about the program that we are going to experience this year. I'm excited to begin our long journey of learning to spell, write, and read. So, for tomorrow, will you help your parent get a paper plate ready with the numbers 2, 10, 8, and 4 written on it as if it were a clock? Then, will you place some cornmeal, sugar, or salt on it? And then we will be ready to begin our day. So have a good day today. See you tomorrow.